Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts and basically, realizations that I've been having throughout my day. So today I want to talk about something that I realized today, and basically that honestly has helped me a lot for the day. And that's basically this habit, or basically this thing that I do, is that whenever I wake up, I I just go on my treadmill in the living room and basically just walk for a bit on the treadmill just to get my body going. And while I'm doing that, I usually listen to an audiobook while also following, with the text on my Kindle, so on the Kindle app on my phone. And that way I'm also able to highlight any interesting passages that any passages that I find interesting, uh, and basically like just learn while I'm, uh, you know, getting in the right mindset for the day. And this is something that I realized because I have not been doing this habit for I don't know how long now. I think I stopped doing it. I think at least for the past week, I did not do it. And basically, I just realized this morning that I've been feeling so down this past week and just trying to figure out what has changed and basically trying to remember the times when I was really feeling optimistic. And actually, I realized that the times that I was feeling optimistic, or the days where I was feeling that over the past, I don't know, month or 2 months, has been the days where I started out my day in that way. So just wake up, listen to a book while walking on the treadmill, because basically, I just realized this, but basically, it just gets me motivated. I just start the day out with some inspiration and some feelings of, getting going. And uh, actually, I'm hitting multiple birds with one stone. So I just wake up and like it's good for my body to just get moving for a bit, to realize that okay, I'm up and I'm ready to get the day started. And also, my treadmill happens to be next to. I have this window, and basically it's quite big. And basically, it also allows me to get my morning sunlight, so just to get my body started. And also, I really, really enjoy reading. So basically, exercise and basically learning are two of my core or fundamental principles. Two of the things that that I would rank as the most important things in my life. Uh, and so, if like I just realized that starting out that the day in that way has helped me a lot. And yeah, I'm just basically taking notes of this, mental notes and also actual notes on my phone, uh, just basically so that I can like increase the likelihood of me starting out my days right, and just basically feeling energized, because I've been feeling really drained over the past few weeks. And that's mostly because there is this I'm supposed to go through an interview loop at my job to try to change roles. So I'm trying to shift my job role from a software development engineer to an applied scientist. If you don't know what applied scientist is, it's a research role, a bit mixed with the software development role, but basically the idea is to be able to do machine learning research while also getting it to go to production. But yeah, and ever since I learned about that, like that I was gonna have my interviews in a few weeks, my mindset was like, okay, I need to shift everything in my life and like try to optimize everything in my life so that I only study for machine learning and for my interviews. And actually, I realized that was not the right approach, because basically just stressed myself out and took away the things, like I brutally took away the things that actually helped me feel energized, and basically helped me stay motivated to study for my machine learning transition. And yeah, I just realized that today, and I'm trying to make this commitment with myself, that I will prioritize my inspiration first over any, you know, anxiety feelings. Because basically, I realize that the days when I don't do it, it's because mostly, I wake up and I open directly my work laptop, and I just like my anxiety day just starts. So basically, I'm just anxious about my work, trying to get some things done, and basically just I don't feel like that's the right way to start out the day. And uh, yeah, I will try again. Like, I guess one of the main reasons that I've not been doing it this past week is that I've been sleeping super late, trying to study uh, for my interviews. But then that means that I also wake up late, and so by the time that I wake up, I already have to attend some meetings and like do some work before the meeting. So I don't really have time to uh, for myself to dedicate to, uh, walking a bit on the treadmill and listening to a book, or getting some learning slash inspiration in. And yeah, I think I mean, I'm trying to get my sleep schedule in order, but uh, yeah, I don't know if it's realistic to say that I will. Uh, to be quite honest, I will try my best, but usually during the week it gets pretty hectic, because what happens is that I procrastinate during the day. But I guess maybe I procrastinate because I don't start my day right. So I don't know if it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, like, uh, or basically like it's a negative spiral. But basically, yeah, I'm just thinking about that. So yeah, I did it today. It felt absolutely amazing. I was so inspired in the morning. I listened to Unreasonable Hospitality. Let me tell you who's the author. I think it's Will something. And it was absolutely amazing. Yes, Will Guidara. And basically, this book is really cool. Um, it tells you all about, how he was able to like how he was able to navigate his journey in the hospitality industry. So basically, I think he was a manager at some really famous restaurants in New York, and basically, I think they uh, at some point they became the number one restaurant in the world. Like, the restaurant that he was managing became the number one restaurant in the world. And the reason for that is that they were having, like, basically they were offering their guests unreasonable hospitality. So like, one example that he was giving in the book is that at some point there was a Spanish family coming in to dine in New York. So I don't remember. Yeah, the restaurant is called uh, EM something. So anyway, 11 Madison uh, Square or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's 11 Madison something, or 11. At least there's an 11 in the name. But anyway, at this restaurant that he was managing, and that became the number one restaurant in the world. I don't know if it still is, but at some point it was for sure the number one restaurant in the world. 3 Michelin stars, or I don't know what's the maximum Michelin stars. I'm not really into that world, but yeah, just learning about it through this book. And basically, like, just as an example, there was this Spanish family on their last night in New York, and they came in to dine at the restaurant, and they had the most wonderful time. And then they had 2 kids, so the kids looked outside the window and saw that it was snowing, and they were completely, you know, taken away, or like they were completely surprised, or like admiring of the snow, because it was the first time in their life that they ever saw snow. And so one example of this unreasonable hospitality that this guy will did, as he was the manager of that restaurant. He arranged for them, like, basically he sent someone to buy 4 sleds, so that they can use them, like brand new sleds, so that they can use them in the snow, and also arranged a chauffeur to take them with the sleds to, I think it was Central Park, or like one of the gardens in New York, just to play in the snow and enjoy the snow. And this was completely free of charge and entirely on the restaurant's time. And that's absolutely insane, because this is the kind of experiences that make people go, "Oh my God, this restaurant is so good." Not only do they care about serving us the most amazing food, but they make us feel seen and appreciated, and basically it's so thoughtful of them to do all of these things. And honestly, I just love that, because I love this idea of thoughtfulness. It's really an idea that's a bit overlooked, especially if you're in a technical role. Like, people don't expect you to, uh, you know, be thoughtful to them. But I personally always try to be really thoughtful to my teammates and the people that I work with, by trying to basically, bring them little moments of joy. I don't know, just to basically lighten up their day. And sometimes when I go to the office, I just I live in France, and my team's in Luxembourg, so right across the border. I just go with a big box of croissants. Like, I think it costs me like 30 euros per box of croissants, and like, I don't charge anyone, obviously, and I just put it in the office, and people just love it. They you know they're always, they love having croissants that come from France. And yeah, it just brings them joy, and I don't mind paying the 30 euros if it's just gonna bring, I don't know, 30 people who will have the croissants some joy, because they love them, and it's a small gesture that makes people happy. And it's not part of our job, it's not part of my job, but I just love doing these small things for people. That, like, it's like, the upside from doing this thing is so much, is disproportionately uh, bigger than basically the amount that it cost me to buy them the croissants. So basically, it's not, actually, it's not even about that. I just love bringing joy to people, and like, that just makes me happy. I did it actually one day when my train was running late. So I was supposed to go to the office, and my train was running late, and it was gonna be late for 40 minutes or something like that. So I was like, okay, fuck it. I went back from the train station to the city center, and got a box of croissants, and I was thinking, okay, I'm having a shitty morning, but at least now that when I go to the office, I'll just bring some joy to some of my teammates. So yeah, it was really spontaneous, and I loved doing it, and I loved seeing the smiles on their faces while they were eating their little French croissants. So yeah, I mean, what I did was not unreasonable. It was just like small gestures, and I guess this just underlines how important it is to be thoughtful about other people. Also, there was this event that I helped organize last year for my organization. So, like in the org, there were around 200 people, and basically, it was the first in-person event since the pandemic that happened in my org. And basically, I basically made sure that everyone's like to ask everyone their food preferences, and it was during Ramadan, so some people were fasting, and then we have people with different food preferences. We have vegetarians, people who only eat halal food, uh, some different food preferences. And basically, I just by gathering that information and passing it on to the caterers, it didn't take me too much time or effort to put together. Just a bit of communication to get people to fill out the survey about their food preferences. But basically, like after that event, some really senior people from the org that have been at the company for years and years, they came to me and said, "Hey, Rita, this is the first time that we have such inclusive food that thought about different kinds of people, and it's not only European centric because we have a lot of people from very, very different places. We have people from India, people from Turkey, people from all around the world, from Egypt, a bit of everywhere. And basically, they have different food preferences, and basically, uh, uh, those food preferences don't always align with the European standards, and they just feel I guess just thinking about the food and making sure it's inclusive to people, especially the ones that were fasting. So basically, I asked the caterers to make sure that they had little baskets for the people who were fasting during Ramadan. I was one of them. I took home a little basket. I didn't even enjoy the food that I ordered for my own event, but it was fine. I got a little basket and took it home. But yeah, it just felt really, really good just to, make people happy and just to hear that people uh, love the food. And actually, after that event, so many people reached out to me to ask for what I did for the catering stuff. And I guess like everyone was like, "Oh, this was the best food ever. Thank you for organizing this." But it didn't take too much effort on my side, honestly. A lot of like my hats down for the caterers because they did all of the work. I just made the requests on behalf of other people by asking them what they like, and just passed it on to the caterers. So that was one instance where I did that, and basically I just kept on hearing about it. I still hear about it to this day. People telling me that it was the best food that they've had at an event at the company. So yeah, that made me happy, even though it didn't take too much effort on my side. But it just brought this like joy disproportionately to the amount of effort that I spent, trying to make it happen. So yeah, that's. I mean, I guess exactly. This is like a good example of why keeping this reading habit and like how energizing this is for me, because listening to these ideas and basically being able to highlight them and not have this fear of missing out when I'm outdoors, and especially it's super cold now, it's winter, and basically I'm listening to an audiobook. I really want to highlight something, but then it's too cold and I'm too lazy to take my phone out and like look for the page and everything. But when I do it indoors, it's like the best. I love that moment of the day, and just doing it today has completely set my day up for success, and honestly, I loved it. I really enjoyed this day today, and yeah, I just wanted to document this. I hope you enjoyed listening to some of my thoughts and uh, basically, my realizations about some of the things that work and don't work for me, as I'm also finding out about them. So I'm just sharing this here, or trying to figure out what's on my mind. That's what I always say on this channel. Yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks a lot for listening. You can. I definitely recommend that you go and read or listen to Unreasonable Hospitality. It's honestly a great book, so definitely recommend that. And yeah, thanks a lot for listening again. You can click here to watch my previous video, and you can click here to watch my latest video on this channel. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!